No one's way outside the numbers over here. That's how they had success in week 14.
Mahomes with a good fake down the field. He finds Kelsey inside the 30, rumbling down to about the 28. He had A.J. Klein running with him. Big gain for Kelsey and company, 28 yards.
And we talked about him having to come up huge today with backup linebackers. He's right here. You're going to watch. Klein's supposed to cover him. Once he takes that step inside, he's already beat. And I thought Kelsey was coming on at the end of the year. He looked young again, and I think he's showing it again today.
He's got 2 catches for 44 yards. He sets up the Chiefs inside the 30. And here's Mahomes. Down the field, incomplete, was looking for Noah Gray. Kelsey's back up, but we got a flag.
Yeah, this will be on the Bills' defense. I think Douglas, I could see against Valdez-Scantling, but it'll be a penalty on 31. Douglas from the Bills. Defensive holding.
Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense number 31. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Rasul Douglas, who's come up big since they traded for him on Halloween Day, but that's the hold.
In years past, Jim, this is man-to-man defense. You could go 2 games, 3 games, and never see Sean McDermott play man-to-man and blitz or pressure Mahomes. In week 14, that changed. They trusted their guys.
They got Hardman in the lineup for the Chiefs. As Mahomes rolls out, and somehow he tried to toss it at the last minute. He had Russo tripping up from behind. He threw it with his left hand. And they're going to call it incomplete.
Remember the 1 yard from the sideline stat? Josh Allen was 5 of 6. Everyone else 1 for 22.
Make it one for 23.
Never good when you're within a yard throwing it.
But he saved
with your left hand.
He saved some yardage. Second and 10. I'm going to go up top again. Dumps it off to about the 18-yard line for Gray.
It's a really good job by Williams. Another backup linebacker, their 3rd-round pick.
And then you got the leader out there, the man who's the center point for communication, A.J. Klein. This is Dorian Williams. He's had to come in for Dotson. Klein, longtime veteran. This is his 15th postseason game. Longtime backup to Luke Kuechly in Carolina, and he knows Sean McDermott, who drafted him into the league when he was the coordinator with the Panthers.
But if you're going to pressure Mahomes and use part of what had success in week 14 and play man, Klein's going to have to guard Kelsey.
3rd and 6. Pass caught at the 10-yard line with 2 Bills on him. That is Rice jumping up and grabbing it for the first down.
This was a great job by Rice of finding a hole in zone. You're going to see him right over here. You watch as he goes up. He's going to run up and stop right there in between 2 defenders. That's what he wasn't doing earlier in the year, Jim. He'd run a little too far and close the window down.
Looked to be a little bit shaken up, did Rice. He was grimacing after the catch. He's not in on this play. It's 1st and goal. Mahomes to the back of the end zone, just out of reach for Kelsey. Poyer on the coverage.
And boy, he had Kelsey here. He pumped fake to the flat, and Kelsey took a flat angle. I want you to watch the pump fake to the left, and then Kelsey flattens it, and Mahomes wanted him to take it to the corner, and a rare miscommunication between those two.
Six defensive backs in for the Bills. 2nd and goal. They give it to Hardman. Hardman is hammered, and the ball is out. We're saying Kansas City football. It was Douglas who delivered the blow. And it's Watson who comes over to keep this drive preserved.
That is huge. This team is as good as any in the National Football League at getting the ball out. They work on it tirelessly at practice. They get their hand their helmet, something on that ball, and boy, what a big job by Watson.
Dodson, who just came back onto the field after being shaken up, had his hands on it, couldn't hold on. 3rd and goal. To the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Valdez-Scantling.
It's a great plan by the Chiefs, condensing these formations and running these outcuts, these corner-type routes. Mahomes has just missed barely wide because this is also there. It's not an easy throw because you have the corner underneath and the safety on top, but they're pumping to try and move the underneath coverage, and the ball just sails a little high on him, but you can see the focal point of where to attack.
29 yards for Harrison Butker. Fantastic cold weather kicker. Townsend on the hold, and the kick is pure. Couple of field goals for Kansas City on its first 2 possessions. You're watching the divisional playoffs present.
Just above middle of the pack, not great, but this is going to rear its ugly head at some point. In these playoff games against good quarterbacks, you can't have that. 2 for 6 last week. Their defense dominated. This week, they're going to have to change that.
Butker will deliver the touchback. I can tell you, considered the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recognizes NFL players who have excelled on the field and whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game. And this year's nominee for the Chiefs is Patrick Mahomes, who uses his 15 and the Mahomes Foundation to benefit local youth. The Bills nominee is Deion Dawkins again this year. His Deion's Dreamers Foundation provides resources and support to people in need. The NFL Man of the Year is going to be announced at the NFL Honors on Thursday, February 8th, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on CBS and NFL Network. Here's the toss to start this drive with Ty Johnson. Met after a yard, just tossed out of bounds by Bolton. Let's go to Trace.
Jim, after that last drive, the Bills' offensive line was talking about how physical they were. The Chiefs' defensive line, though, frustrated. Everyone coming over, Steve Spagnuolo, D-line coach Joe Cullen, and of course the leader of this defense, Chris Jones, had some words for his guys. He said the message overall was we need to bulk up, we need to wrap and roll, and we need to tighten things up. And 2 injury notes for the Chiefs defense. Willie Gay, who has been dealing with a neck injury, is now in the locker room being evaluated, and Mike Edwards is out with a concussion.
Oh, wow. 2 big-time players for the pitch Cook. As again, Bolton is on that sideline and shoving him out of bounds. That is big. Edwards is out. Gay is in the locker room. We see Tranquil on the field right now for Gay. And we've seen Deion Bush take the snaps for Edwards in the secondary.
Well, this is, it's playing out this way. Kelsey and then Cook for these teams. They're going to be the X factors in this game. If they both get touches, your team has a great chance of winning. He had a season high in receiving yards in Week 14 against the Chiefs. And I thought they may have a plan a little bit, but right now, way too many yards given up on an easy swing route.
There's Bush, who's playing for Edwards, but now you got Joshua Williams in for McDuffie. That was McDuffie on the sideline being examined.
And that's a first-team All-Pro right there. McDuffie for slot corner. That's a huge difference not having him out there.
So 3 key starters out. That's Williams number 2 in the secondary as Cook on first down. Tries to wiggle and is ridden down from behind by Connor. Jamari Connor, rookie, got the start here tonight, actually.
And one of the big reasons why it's not just when you play man-to-man, when you lose people and they go to the sideline, someone's hurt and they're out. Once you start losing a number of guys, Jim, your packages get smaller. Your dime packages, all the stuff you're going to do in the blitzing 3rd down or 2nd and long, you all of a sudden have to shrink that package and stick with safe calls.
Jet 23, Jet 23.
2nd and 8. They're blitzing. Pass down the field. Sherfield unable to pull it in. Broken up by Jalen Watson. Nice coverage.
And they dropped out a D lineman, sent a linebacker, and this ball was almost perfectly thrown. It was perfectly thrown. But Watson with the tight coverage, Sherfield just wasn't able to track it and get the other hand up.
He needed some sure hands, but that one would have been a big gain. The pass was perfect.
Yeah, and those kind of throws right there, and it changes games, right? We're all looking for big plays in both these teams. Kansas City gives up the fewest big plays in the NFL.
3rd and 8. Complete. Shakir stopped well short of the first by Connor. Again, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, taken in the 4th round and being called on here heavily tonight. So first punt of the game is coming up after this.
Watch this. You got 6 guys in the box, but they're going to go ahead and bring the outside and then roll the coverage over. So you want to throw to where they're blitzing from, because the guy leaves that area, but the Chiefs do a great job of rolling guys over to that area knowing that.
Let's watch this for Sam Martin, who injured his left hamstring last week after holding on a blocked field goal and trying to chase down the return. They actually signed Matt Hawk to the practice squad this week and then released him. They said Martin could go. That is not a pretty punt. Into the wind, one hopper to Richie James, and he is hit late by Dorian Williams. Chiefs players don't appreciate that, but Richie took a shot.
Yeah, that was well after the play.
There's no flag.
It's almost like he got tackled twice.
Yeah, DeMar Hamlin actually.
Well, here, I like that for both teams. Now they're going to huddle up. But to me, both of these defenses have a lot of checks, and they make it difficult on opposing quarterbacks, Jim, because they can do so many things after a formation steps up. So if you get on the ball, you limit their packages and bring in more people in and the checks, and it allows you then to kind of run your core stuff.
Hand it off to Pacheco. Runs right into the back of his center, Creed Humphrey. He's right at the 50-yard line strike. Kelsey with the 2 catches. The Bills walked away with the football, but they were down.
Well, it's no secret that Buffalo's linebackers are banged up, and Kansas City is doing a great job trying to exploit it and get the matchup, moving Kelsey around, this time in the backfield where he gets matched up on the mic, where if he was outside and that he would have gotten somebody else. So well done by Andy Reid right now.
Pacheco was dinged on that last play and came off the field. So they give it to Edwards-Helaire. What a nice cut that was. And he is motoring down to about the 20-yard line. His biggest game of his career was on this field during COVID when he rushed for 168 yards. It's just 28 right here on this sprint.
And this is another outstanding play call. I want you to watch the center right here. You're going to watch Humphrey get out on the edge. You don't often pull the center, Jim. It's usually guards, sometimes a tackle. But when you do that, someone could go right through the A-gap.
It was a great block on Taron Johnson, who did end up coming back to make the stop, but not until that big gain to the 22. And that's going to go for basically no gain to no grade. Pacheco just sitting out a snap. Actually 2 plays and he returns. 5 carries for 29.
Yeah, both teams have ran the ball very well to open this game, and that frees you up as a quarterback.
And 2nd down, launched wide open. Kelsey has the touchdown.
Well, you see the busted coverage here, but we talked about where are they trying to throw the ball over and over again, Jim? These out cuts, and you're going to watch a motion goes back and forth, but Kelsey's going to go and get back into this area. Pause it right there. Look at this. Safety and corner, no communication. That can't happen, not in a game like this.
That's the 15th time in the postseason Mahomes and Kelsey have connected for a touchdown. 15. And it ties Brady and Gronkowski for the most in playoff history. Travis has his first touchdown in 8 games. He got lost.
So impressed with the play calls on that drive, creating the openings there, Jim.
Next weekend, championship weekend, presented by Intuit TurboTax, kicks off Sunday. The AFC title game will be there at 3 Eastern in Baltimore, followed by the NFC Championship game, 6:30 Eastern on Fox. Our coverage begins at 1 with the NFL Today, a bonus hour. Join us at 1. Then the winners of those matchups meet in Vegas, February 11th, Super Bowl 58, again right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Well, the Chiefs stopped the Bills on their last drive. Can they do it again? They fake the give and a toss to Cook, then they throw it to him. He's got Kincaid out there trying to throw a block, and it works out for a gain of about 8.
And this is a really cool call. It's almost like an automatic, we're going to throw it downfield, but if you throw the swing route, we have a blocker. And both teams subtle adjustments out here. And what a job Joe Brady has done since he's come on. They've led the NFL in rushing since he's taken over offensive coordinator duties. And I really like them layering their concepts the way they do now, Jim, making things look similar.
They got McDuffie back out there. He was an ankle sprain. They've taped it. He's back. Tracy sent up that word. That's a first down carry by Cook, and the Bills move the chains for their 12th first down.
Keep giving him the ball. That was a swing route. That's like a run sometimes. Obviously a run right there. But to me, if he gets 20 to 25 touches, that's the game plan today. That's how you defeat this Chiefs defense, not by putting the ball in the air outside. They're too talented out there with the great corners.
That last run put them at exactly 100 yards rushing. On first down, they go to the ground again. Cook bounces outside. Now they're under 100. As Galaftis comes up to make the tackle. It was good for a while.
Was.
That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Well, that's everything we thought it would be, Tony.
It really is. And this is one year where they're running the football back and forth instead of
quarter kick. Can the Bills do something before the intermission? Allen hits Diggs. He got away for a moment. Got away from Bolton.
This is a great job. The formation creates it where he gets to play inside and he gets the matchup. In these games, it's about getting your best players against someone who's slower or not as good, even though Bolton's great, but he's not asked to defend a Diggs in the middle of the field over and over again.
Went for 14. They rush 5 and he dumps it off. Murray dives down at the 45.
And right now you see a concerted effort by Josh Allen playing systematic, same as last week, getting the ball underneath. You got to work it inside the field, and you got to work it to your backs and tight ends more often.
2nd and 4. Gives it up to Murray. Oh, man. That's how you improvise right there to pick up the first down.
This is just, they're rare. Go ahead and run this. Right here, pause that. You've got people bearing down on you, so you're going to go run. But at the end of this, you're going to get the ball. Oh, I don't have a running lane. I mean, there's only a few guys in the world who can do that all in that time period and the awareness.
Look at that, 3 Chiefs around him. He completes it for 15 yards.
He's continuing to use the back, Jim. That's why it's systematic, knowing going in, this is how I got to beat this team.
With a minute to go. That pass in the direction of Shakir. And again, we got the Verizon halftime report coming up. There they are all situated back at the broadcast center. Phil and JB, Coach, Nate, Boomer ready to go. Tell you about their thoughts on the first half and that NFC Championship matchup. Detroit and San Francisco all set now.
You got a ton of time right here. You're at the 30-yard line. You got 3 timeouts. You're not even worried right now about the clock until you get it around that 30-second mark.
Allen drops back to the 40. Gonna run with it again. There he goes to the 21. We're back to the 11. That's going to be 18, 19 yards.
Josh Allen's legs again.
Timeout called by the Bills, so we're back in 30 after this from State Farm.
I don't know Jake from State Farm.
But just imagine, my homes and my auto.
Best bundle in the league, baby.
Man, why can't Patrick change his name? It could be Kelsey, and Kelsey how much you can save by bundling home and auto. Yeah? Can you make the letters smaller?
Home, auto, let's go.
Come on, model. Let's get it. Put your jersey on.
Bundling. Just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Josh Allen with the longest play of the game so far for Buffalo, an 18-yard scramble. And they've still got 2 timeouts to play with, 44 seconds, trying to regain the lead before halftime.
Well, I haven't seen a spy used much early in this game. It was Willie Gay a ton. He's been out, and that's part of the packages. He did that a ton in week 14. Not having that, Josh knows it now.
Going to run again. Up the middle, trying to carve him up, down to about the 6.
That's exactly right. When you don't have the ability to get into your spy formations, a spy is somebody who basically spies the quarterback in case he runs. And that guy has been Willie Gay in the past.
This was a timeout call by Kansas City.
Well, I actually don't mind that at all. Because to me, Jim, if you think about it, it's really about Buffalo. If Buffalo was out of timeouts or only had 1, I wouldn't have used it. But because they have 2, they have no threat of having time become a problem for them. So to me, it's mostly like, let's have our best chance. If they score right here, we got 34 seconds. We can still possibly get a field goal. Honestly, with 13 seconds, they could possibly still do something.
You had to bring that up.
Yeah, just throw it.
He loves his tight ends down here, especially Dawson Knox. He's got a 2nd and 5 at the Kansas City 7. Knox lined up on that left side. Here's Allen. Caught. Would have had a touchdown. Boy, he had one just like that in the game at Philadelphia. It was down a sideline, actually, but it would have been clear running.
This was a touchdown and a great play. It's going to be a pretend flat route that turns into an angle coming back in, almost like a slant. And that is the second ball. Sherfield earlier, I thought, could have came down with the perfect throw, and another one right there. We'll see if that turns out to keep it to 3 or 7.
Now you got a 3rd and 5 with 35 seconds.
Quarterback's legs, they haven't pressured him much, but this would be the time. They got a spy up on him right now inside.
Allen guns it down toward the first down mark, and they're calling it a catch. Shakir, they say, go ahead.
Get on the ball and snap it. Don't take a timeout. Just get up and hand it off really quick. Don't let them see the replay. That is a catch.
It is a catch. Of course, all reviews inside 2 minutes come from up top.
That's exactly. But don't give them enough time to go look at it. Go get up there and put the pressure on the refs.
What we just saw.
A completed pass and a first down. Timeout, Kansas City. Their second timeout of the
smart
half,
here by Kansas City because they want to make sure everybody upstairs had a chance to look at this.
Sometimes that's exactly
they can't throw a challenge flag, but they can allow everybody time to review it. Looks like a great effort here by Shakir. Gene?
Yeah, I think it's a great job by the receiver getting those hands under Jim. Ball doesn't move at all. You see him stick it, crumble to the ground with it. It's a great job and a great catch.
Yeah, that's indisputably a catch.
Yes, and that's on McDuffie, first team All-Pro, who had great coverage here, but the ball is perfect. I want to make sure it's a first down for sure when he's down.
Well,
I mean, that's a perfect throw, though, right? Your guy's a chance or nobody, and then Shakir, who's been so sound lately, shows it again.
It's a 1st and goal situation with 30 seconds to go in the half. Cook the running back.
I'd run it here. Get rid of Kansas City's timeout, use the quarterback's legs.
Who else to run it? But Josh Allen, who's in for the touchdown. Ball came out at the end. Reed has it. But I believe he broke the plane before the ball came out.
We talked about the last 3 games. When the season's on the line, you have to be prepared. For Superman, they call him the alien, a whole bunch. I mean, he's just got rare size and speed and ability to throw, and his competitive nature, he holds on to that. Yep, that's a touchdown. But to me, Jim, you've got to stop that. They've ramped it up by more than double using his legs when the season's on the line.
Boy, with 2 touchdowns today on the ground. Josh Allen now on the season has 50 combined touchdowns on the year. 50. And now Bass with 26 seconds to go in the half. Makes it 17-13.
These two quarterbacks, you go look at their start to their career. Mahomes has won Super Bowls. Allen's trying to get there, but they're 1 and 2 in so many categories. Is it his time this year, Jim?